everybody. It's the next day after I posted the most recent podcast, and we got both the babies there, and we got Agita here. Now, yesterday after I posted the latest podcast, I sent the links to my few friends, and then I, fed the kids. I had my own leftover veggie supper, watched some streaming TV, went to bed, had a very good night with the kids. Babies settled on the bed with me, Agita nearby, and we had playtime in the morning. And now I found out that the part ordered at the Oakville BMW Mini has arrived. They couldn't install it. They said, we can't, I don't have any appointments available, and, it's going to be a 2-3 hour job. My mechanic told me it's like half an hour at most. It's like 10 minutes. It's just putting something on top of the filter. So then I found a place locally, just on the Queensway. I've driven past it so many times. Hello, everybody. I'm here at the Mini dealership in Oakville, Ontario. They've got about $75. They've got hats. They're like $40-50, but those are like genuine Mini. I think mine is like a knockoff. They get it for like $10 at the CNE. But anyway, I'm just here to pick up the part. So this is the parts accessories. Some very fancy Minis in here. This is like, they didn't even have these at the auto show because they didn't have the auto show, $52,000, but it's like a convertible. It's a much newer relative. It's got, than mine. Anyway, it is an S. Mine's an S, but mine's 15 years old, and mine's not a convertible. Anyway. 13 years old. Anyway, I'm just waiting for the parts guy. I got the part, it was like $90, so, and first he couldn't find the name, and it was like, he misspelled, he misspelled my mechanic's name who had ordered it, and then he couldn't find it, and then it was, found it, and I ordered it, he said it's here, and then he thought I'd paid, and I was going, no, I haven't paid, so it was $90. Now, these bougies are about to take this, they look like Mini people, they look like new Mini people, but anyway, they're about to take this very expensive Mini for a test drive. So, and I looked inside some of the other Minis, the hardtops. Even those are like $48,000. Even like a regular Mini hardtop S model, whatever it was. There was a blue one in there, $48,000. Now, inside was very high-tech, but it was still, you could still recognize, it was kind of a roundish thing, but then it was all computerized inside it. And this was like more computery, this is like more old school. It was still had the Mini DNA, but it was, modernized. I won't pay $48,000 plus tax, plus, all that shit, dealer prop rate. We're talking like, $60,000 and not even a convertible. Well, anyway, I'm going to go get this thing installed. Now the next thing is to... The guy says it should be fairly simple. So, anyway, bye for now. The bougie uppies are just about to go out for the test drive. He's got them in the car. He's given them the keys. I think he's putting on the plate. That's like a $60,000 car. Doesn't want to say yuppies anymore. I haven't heard the term anymore. I haven't heard the term in a long time. So just, bougie yuppies, boojuppies, whatever they are, they're not to stereotype, but they do look like the kind of people who'd buy a new Mini. Anyway, bye for now. Okay, I'm here at an auto shop, and they've got a little dealership too. Usually have like European cars, Saab there, and Mercedes and stuff, and Mini's going in, Mini's going in, So he looked at the part. And he said, yeah, we should be able to do it. And he said, have a seat. According to my mechanic, it's like a 10-minute, 20-minute thing. So let's see how much they charge. Okay, it's done. $70. We had the little drama there because he said it's not broken. It didn't look broken. And he goes, there's no need to change it. And I said, my mechanic said it's broken. So I had the mechanic, I called my mechanic there, had him talk to this one, and he said it's broken on the inside. So they remove it, and there's some little thingy on the inside that was broken. So then they replaced it, and then he charged me $70. And I called my mechanic in Charlem just to say, look, I'm quite happy. There's the 150, what is it, 90 for the part, and $70 to do. And he goes, $70. He goes, that was like a 10-minute thing. That should have been like $20 or $30. And I'm like, I'm going, look, it's done. I said, and I've got a backup place here. At least they do it. The other place, they were stoned all the time and they never called me and they couldn't get the parts. So at least I got a backup that something that will damage the car. I don't have to drive it all the way there. I mean, I personally don't think $70 is a lot. I mean, if they're going to touch the car, if it took them like half an hour, there's no way they're going to charge less than $70. I'm at a place near the airport. Instead of Montana's, it's not going to cost much, and I have to go sit there, and you only have the one chicken thing with the soup, and then use up the points anyway, which I can always use towards films. So and other food and sobies and all of that. So I came here for my fish fry and naan. It's like a fish roll. And it's really good. I can have half now, half later, and I'm getting samosas. It was like $14, And then I can have some in the car, and then wash the car, maybe do grocery shopping, back to the kids. Bye for now. The car inside just a little bit, Back through out the old masks and the stuff that was just kind of rotting, and wash the car. So it's like nice and clean. It's all ready to go. Can drive. It's got clean oil. And I'm just eating in the car. I don't want to go in and have a proper meal, and I'm going to save half of this for later. It's a naan with fish inside, and the fish is really good. And then I got a couple of samosas. So this is like a late afternoon snack. Hello everybody. Here we are back at home. There's one baby there, and there's another baby there, and Agita is there. He says there, So, just got home. I stopped to get a muffin and coffee, and as I was getting back, the snowstorm started. But the roads were still okay. The car just got a little wet. And by the time I got into the underground, I parked it myself, and then I just wiped it. I had the cloth on me, so I wiped it, and it's clean again. It's fixed, and it's clean, and I'm not going to take it out when, the other car's dirty. So if I have to go out tomorrow, I'll take the big car. So, and you can see the snowstorm has begun. This is in the last 15, 20 minutes. So I came home, and I just put away the stuff, and I've got my takeout food for later. And I'm just going to spend a bit of time with the kids, reading, writing journal entries, watching some streaming, and bedtime. And tomorrow is a Zoom session with my analyst. So that's in the morning. And Agita's here in her room, eating dry food. But the babies are there. And there. And there. That one gets a little camouflaged. And there's a big snowstorm. It's now about half an hour later, and Agita has come and settled there, and Lcee is still sitting next to me in the blanket. Friendlier than he has been in the last 2.5 years. Except at night. In the night, when both of them come to cuddle. Finn comes first, and then this one comes. And at night, yes, they will cuddle with me. But they rarely sit with me in the living room like this, like for an extended period, And Finn is just over there. So our whole family is here. So, there's a snowstorm outside. We're like, this is a huge family togetherness time for us. We're all about, I haven't even showered yet, I was going to have a shower and start my journal entry, but, Lcee has come to cuddle. Well, sort of cuddle. Maybe this is Finn. And that's Lcee. I don't see the little white hairs. Lcee has little white hairs on the chest, and I don't see them. And the friendliness, that is, this friendliness, this is not Lcee, this is Finn. Yeah, that makes more sense. So this is Finn, there's Agita, and there's Lcee. Good morning, everybody. Kids are having their breakfast. They seem to like today's flavors. And I'm just going to have my Zoom session with my analyst in an hour or two. And then I'm just going to stay home with the kids, may go out later for lunch or supper, or just staying with the kids. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, so far so good, got the car worked on yesterday, and it's what we 11 day to 11, 12, 13, something like that clean. I'm not counting anymore. Anyway, bye for now. Hello everybody, it's the next day and Agita's there. One of the babies is there and the other baby is here. And, I stayed in last night just to watch some TV and some reading. And the pools are starting to. I mean, slowly they are coming back. But it's okay. I've got the rechanneling everything in place and had a good night with the kids, and in the morning we had playtime and I fed the kids. And I sat here, and the pools they're up a bit. They're nowhere near maximum, but they're not at the very lowest level that they've been for 2 weeks either. So for now, I'm just tracking it. It could be yesterday I started to do some writing. I didn't do a lot of the details, but I'm back to that material, and that's usually that usually does trigger pulls because I'm writing about the details of binges that I don't talk about in podcasts. So, and I didn't go into a lot of details, but, I sort of did an introduction and in general. And so I'm getting back into it. And so it's not all that surprising. Plus it's, it's over 2 weeks. And last time the slithering component was minimal, was very, very low. The casino was intense, and that was just such a out of control burn that it sort of worked, not quite how I intended it, but it worked as a controlled burn, and the energy went so much into that, and that was so overpowering that it dampened the other stuff for at least 2 weeks. So we're at 2 weeks now. I was kind of hoping it would last for months. Hey everybody, I took the bus to town, and on my way to the art gallery, I stopped for lunch. Rather than Salad King, I decided to try one of the all-you-can-eat places downtown, and this is on Queen Street, just by Chinatown, just by Spadina. And it's all-you-can-eat. They don't have as many the Thai curries and things that the places I go to in the West End have, but they do have lots and lots of sushi and appetizers. So I'm having avocado salad, calamari, shrimp tempura, dynamite roll sushi, vegetarian gyoza. Okay, the food here is very good. It's more of the sushi and less of the curries. And I got this vegetable dish, which is it's just like stir-fried vegetables. And it's kind of a little bit more cut up. It's very good. It's good, but it's sort of bland compared to the ones that I usually have. That's more sushi, avocado roll. That's scallops, I think. You get some more tempura shrimp, fried rice, and those are the dynamite rolls that I'm looking for before. I think that's all I've ordered so far. Maybe one other item. Just going to work on this slowly. I'm the only person here now. Now, I also wanted to point out that this is on Queen Street. Right across the road, you can see that bar there in the corner. That's the Cameron House. And years ago, in my Queen West days, before I got into teaching, when I used to hang out in Queen West and hang out with the artists and go to the booth cans, and this was sort of the meeting point. You'd come here, have a few drinks, and then people would know where the parties are and the booze cans and all of that stuff. And that's where I got to know people. And some of the artists became famous, and some didn't. Okay, I'm back at the art gallery, and I spent a little time at the Icelandic kind of music one with its sensory deprivation with very loud music. So I didn't really take in there; it was completely dark. But back in Cohen. This is my third time in the Cohen exhibition, and my friend, who is a expert in Cohen, she told me who this person is. This was his ex-wife. No, this was Joni Mitchell. Correct. This was Joni Mitchell, the singer, who he apparently had a affair with, and then there was an ex-wife named Suzanne, but it's not the Suzanne. My friend knows all this shit. So anyway, now maybe I'll have a. Last time I sat in on the concert stuff, so I might again. That's his guitar. I'm sitting outside the actual theater now, so the sound is a little less. You can't see the entire screen. but at least I'm sitting on a sofa. Here now in the some of the Ken Thompson galleries. I think it was one of his stipulations that he didn't want the titles or the artists on the plaque next to the paintings. So it has to be just on the wall, and if you want to know what it is, you can check. There's usually catalogs around. I don't see any here, but usually catalogs, and it'll give you but I know that this is Lauren S. Harris, and I do like his work. One of the group of 7, and there's a lot more of his paintings in the other gallery with plaques next to them. And this is when he was starting to go kind of spiritual abstract. These paintings here. On the bus, I can nap a bit on the bus, and I get home to the kids, so that I can have a little nap. Okay, this is the Icelandic one. It's very loud music, and I can just sit here and kind of have a little futoba. It's supposed to be like, you got the feeling of being in a volcano, I think. Something like that. I read something over there. Anyway, bye for now. Hello, everybody. We've got Agita there, one of the babies there, one of the babies here. We had a very good night and a very good morning with both the babies cuddled with me for some time, and then I got up and had to phone the tax department about the declaration of property, not vacant. Obviously, this place is not vacant, but I had made a mistake when I tried to do the declaration online. And I screwed up, and I thought it had gone through, but I didn't get a confirmation, and I checked today, and they didn't have it. And now you got to appeal, you got to wait to get the tax bill, which will be a big tax bill, because now they think it's vacant. Now I have to, it's the onus is on me to prove it's not vacant. So I'll have to, there's a fine, and what I'm really pissed off about is I really did, I knew about it. It's not that I didn't know, and I did make the declaration that this place is not empty. I did it online, but I just didn't do it properly. I got I entered the right information, and then I kept clicking, and then it didn't go through. It said, I kept saying send, and then I didn't get anything. I thought it went through, and then I'm like, it should be okay. If there's a problem, they'll let me know. And there is a problem, but I found out after the deadlines. Anyway, doesn't matter. I just got a bit stressed out. This is going to be, I got to go make an appeal after April, and I got to go maybe pay a fine or not pay a fine, and try to convince them that I did pay it, and I did whatever. So I'm not looking forward to it, but I'll handle it. However, I get a bit stressed. So I felt a bit of pull, but it was okay. I mean, I can't, like, every time something stressful happens, I can't be like going, oh, I think I'll deal with it by going and partying, because that will just make it worse. I'll still have this issue to deal with end of the month in April, and then I'll also have, be messed up from the other thing. So it's not going to help. So I know that. I know that, but at the same time, I still felt the pull. But it's okay. Still clear. So I think now I have to go mail a couple of envelopes, and then and the kids are all very nicely settled. I'll grab some takeout, or I'll eat out and come back. I mean, I need to celebrate that. I felt the pull with a stressful thing, but I didn't give into it. I just kind of wrote it out. So anyway, there we go. And some food will help. Food will help. I'll deal with with that declaration. This is a thing only for Toronto. This is a declaration thing. And I checked about it before, and I thought it had gone through, and I did it's not that I didn't know. And now the guy's saying on the phone, he said, oh, you people are not taking this seriously. And I'm like going, I took it seriously. I just wish I hadn't done it online. Now I find out I could have gone to City Hall and done it, or municipal, whatever, tax office. I should have made the declaration there. And now he's saying, oh, you can do the appeal thing in April. You got to prove that you're living here. You got to that it's not vacant. You can do it online. And I said, I already did it online once. I'm not doing it online again. So anyway, that's what's happening. A little bit of stress, but it's okay. We'll make it through this. And that's the whole thing with the junkies, is that anything kind of messes up, or you get stressed out, and you're like going, oh, and especially when the pulls have started up anyway, which they had started, not as strong as before, but they were starting to come back. So this didn't help, but it's okay. I'm going to make it, So we're going to go mail the envelopes and get some. I haven't had lunch yet with all of this stuff going on, and getting stressed out, and and feeling the pull, and checking, what's available where. But I didn't contact, I didn't make any arrangements. I'm okay. I'm still going to. I'm clear, and I'm going to stay clear, day by day. But right now, the immediate thing is I got to go mail a couple of envelopes, and then go eat something. I'll feel better. Have a nice meal. Get some takeout, come home with the kids, and watch some TV, some streaming. Oh, and a program I was watching, streaming. The episodes are mixed up. So I was watching this the Snowfall about the CIA funding cocaine, and it's quite a good series. It's quite long. There's several seasons, and I was watching it, and then they messed up season number 5. I got to the 5th episode, and then they're just replaying season 4. And I'm like, what happens next? I'm like, now I could go to season 6, and there are 3 episodes, but then I've missed the 4 or 5 in between. So I don't know if it's worth phoning Prime and complaining, and I'm watching a series, and somebody must have complained by now. Is there anyone else watching the series? Do I have to be the one to do it? I mean, this is like in social psych, this is diffusion of responsibility. Do I have to call them? Isn't somebody else watching the series? Can't they? This is not a helping situation, but it's the same kind of thinking. Anyway, that's what's happening. Other than that, it's relatively minor stuff. A series got messed up. And apparently the guy told me that I'm not the only person. A lot of people have made this have missed the deadline or didn't take it seriously. And I kept saying, I'm taking it seriously. I took it seriously. I just did it online, which was a mistake. So anyway, I tried to do it online. Anyway, all right. And yes, I'm accepting responsibility. I should have actually double-checked when I had doubts about whether it went through. I should have called and done all of this before March the 1st. And now they'd already given an extension. Now they're not giving another one. He goes, oh, you're going to get the bill, which is going to be a big bill, tax bill, and then you'll have to appeal, and you'll have to. But apparently, a lot of people are in that boat, so they'll have to go. It's a bit of a hassle, but we'll do it. I'm living here. I mean, I could show like 200 podcasts taped here. It's occupied. It's not an empty condo. Anyway, bye for now. And it's occupied not just by myself, but by the 3 kids as well. There's 4 sort of people living here. It's occupied. It's very occupied with lots and lots of podcasts. So anyway, bye for now. I got to do this other stuff. I can't let this kind of derail me. Bye for now. You got my jacket and all on. I'm going to head out. Look, everybody is so nicely settled. This is amazing. Anyway, I'm going to go mail the envelopes and get takeout or eat out and get something for later. We'll see. I haven't had lunch, so whatever I eat now is about 4 o'clock will be lunch, and then I'll have a snack later at night. Bye for now. Everybody, I decided to celebrate staying clear with feeling the pull today, well, the stressor of the tax thing and everything. So after I mailed the envelopes, I came out to Chinatown, and there's very little Friday traffic today. And I'm guessing it's because it was a long weekend, plus people are, expecting the big snowstorm. Hasn't quite started yet. So I came to my favorite Chinese restaurant, Swatao, in Chinatown, and the soup itself. It's a shrimp wonton soup. The soup itself is very bland. Well, it's tasty, but it's not spicy. But it's unlimited. That's very good. I like this hot sauce. So I do that. And then we're going to need some salt. And we're going to need some pepper. Kind of clear, so it's hard to tell which is which. Salt and pepper. And then I think this is like a little bit of soy sauce. And then a little bit of, I think this is like a fish sauce. Okay, this is the main course. It's fish, and it's like breaded fish, and then it's cooked with these vegetables. And I happen to really like bok choy, and you get it in the soup as well. And it's not something I buy or cook at home, so I'm quite happy to have it. Lots of it when I go out. And the thing about this place is that the food itself isn't actually spicy the way that some Szechuan places, but even there, I have to add, it's not hot enough for me. So here, I can, it comes, it's not, spicy, but it's very tasty. It's good food, and I just put lots and lots of hot sauce that they have, and salt and pepper. Here in Sobeys, I went to the PetSmart here, not PetSmart here, the other one, Pet Value, and I'm getting stuff for there's a big snowstorm coming, so I'm stocking up on ice cream and croissants and cheese. So and I've got lots of stuff for the kids as well. But I'm doing this, and there's a song playing by kind of Muzak, but it's Demi Lovato, and I hope I don't get blocked for this because it's kind of low volume. But it's the when Shida has struggled herself with addictions, and this is about almost falling, and the struggles. So it's kind of a an appropriate song. Anyway, bye for now. The snowstorm has begun while I was in the Sobeys. When I went into the Sobeys, it wasn't snowing. Hey, hello everybody, I just got home and I haven't even taken off my coat yet. And, Agita is there. Both the babies are here. They're not on the bed anymore, but everybody is. Everybody's nicely relaxed. And I just haven't even put away the stuff yet. They've got the cola and the Sobe shopping and a whole bunch of these things for the kids. And this is like, they have like Veruva. They have like really interesting names. Like this one is, what is this? It's Cats in the Kitchen. And this is Catty Shack, chicken and shrimp. And then this is Cats in the Kitchen, pate, slide and serve pate. Cat to the future, samurai chicken and sandwich, Well, I just saw PUSSnBOOTS, and yeah, there were the human kids there with parents and some young people, like teenagers, early 20s, and I think I was the only old person there by myself. But it was a good film. I really enjoyed it. I'm not surprised that Puss is a kind of an orange cat. It's got the personality of an orange cat, and then the whole thing was very much the heroic journey. With Campbell's heroic journey, with the hero having to go into the dark forest, the underworld, and being chased by death. I think it's the what is it, the underworld of incineration or something like that. But it's basically the heroic journey. It's Odysseus having to go to hell, going to the underworld, to Hades, to find his way, and the whole thing, the message of, the friendship and all of that stuff is very, very good. I mean, it's for a kid's film, it's really got a lot of layers. I enjoyed it. Yes, I can see exactly what my friend meant in terms of, the kind of message from me, or the relevance, the whole, being a bit reckless, and, with my, I have said before that, I have probably used up a lot of my 9 lives. So anyway, but whether it is going to help me stay clear or not, I don't know. But yeah, it was a good film. I enjoyed it. Well, my friend will be happy that on the way back, slightly out of the way, but not too much so, I quickly washed the car. The roads are mostly dry. There's still a bit of salt, but at least everybody just got back, and Agita's using the litter box, and one of the babies is here. One of the babies is here. Yeah, that was a funny thing about litter boxes and the cat using the human toilet in the movie. It's actually really funny, and now I understand why my friend told me that, she was laughing during it. It's really quite funny, So, and it was really good. Very, very, the humanistic dog was a bit annoying, of course, but, but it was a good movie. So we got Agita there, and we got both the babies there. And as I was driving back after washing the car, I was thinking about the film and, the whole valley of incineration and the heroic journey in the dark forest and the, it was actually really, really, Campbell's mythology and heroic journey and all of that, and the ending, actually, it worked very well. Anyway, so I'm glad I said. Now, I'm just going to relax with the kids, with my own family. Good morning, everybody. Got up, spent a really good night with the kids. Babies slept on the bed with me. Agita came, and she just said that one of their baby brothers is on another one of her favorite spots. she went like that, and then she ended that way. She's not going to start a fight over it. But anyway, so we get, but she made it clear that she's not impressed. So anyway, we got she's like going, my baby brother is taking my spot. Anyway, but she's got over there. Everybody's fine. We had a very good night. We got one baby there, Gita there. Hello everybody, I'm here at a place for brunch, and I got a coffee, and I asked for sugar. She brought 2 sugars, and then she was like, you want Splenda, you want sugar, you want cream, you want milk? And I said cream and sugar, so she brings 2 sugars. And then I said, can I have some more sugar? I like it sweet. She brought 2 more. So I said, I'm not going to ask for more. So anyway, I'm going to have eggs Benedict here with avocado, and then off to Drug Mart for cola, and maybe some Dollarama shopping. I don't think I'm going to wash the car, but we'll see. Anyway, bye for now. I'll show you the food when it comes. Hello everybody, my food has arrived. It's eggs Benny on croissant rather than English muffin, and the eggs Benny is good on the croissant. Salad is good with pecans, the potatoes are good, and as for hot sauce, they only have sriracha. Not my favorite, but it will do. Now, we had a whole thing with the coffee, because I had actually wanted a brewed coffee, and but I asked, what's the regular coffee? And I think she said Americano. And that's what, at the other place I go to in Lakeshore, they don't have regular coffee. The closest to regular coffee is an Americano. So I said, fine, bring me the Americano. So they brought the Americano, and we had the whole thing with the sugar and all of that. And then, a little later, the other server brings me a cappuccino, or an Americano. And she said, that one is a brewed coffee. And I said, what's it called on the menu? And it's called Chemex filter, which I wouldn't have known that means regular. I guess that's the kind of filter they use, but I never knew that you can identify a coffee by the filter. So, but if you want a regular coffee, you have to ask for a Chemex filter. So she brought me the Americano, and she said, oh, this is on the house, you would ask for an Americano, I brought you that, so we're bringing the Americano, we won't tell you that. And it's more expensive, it's like $5. Now, I asked for sugar. She brought 3 sugars. Now, with all of that, they've been so nice, I can't ask for more. Hello, everybody. Just got home a few minutes ago, and I brought a couple of toys for the kids from Dollarama. We already have those mice things that squeak, but I got another one, and the babies just checked it out. They weren't particularly interested, but Gita seems to like it, so at least she's just kind of rolling around by it. So we got a squeaky mouse, and I got a catnip toy, which I'll give them for morning playtime. I've got a lot of those, but more. The ones that, you fill the catnip inside. So anyway, everybody, it's now an hour later, and I ended up exchanging some, or replying to a text from my cousin niece. And Agita is nicely settled here in the closet. And we have one baby settled there, and one baby settled there, nicely on that kind of camouflage, but you can see the ears. There's a baby on the cat bed. They sit there, So now, I replied to a text from my cousin niece about the whole tax declaration thing, and I went to her advice on it since she works in the field. So I replied to her, and she also sent me an interesting TikTok video about addiction, and it's a study with rats, and I might talk about it later. I told her, I have dusty dumpster rodent weasels, different kind of rat metaphor, but it was a study with rats where they gave rats two kinds of water. And I know those kind of studies. I don't remember this exact one, but there was a study where they gave rats two types of water, one with straight water and one was mixed with drugs like cocaine or heroin or whatever. And they seemed to prefer the druggy one, But then they gave the rats a choice, or they gave enriched environments, and they had all kinds of rat toys to play with, and they had rat friends, and there was free access to rat sex and all this other stuff. And when they were given all this other shit, they were like going, oh, we don't really need the heroin and cocaine. I guess they didn't figure out that the drugs might actually go with the sex and the other stuff. It's a little bit, but it's a little bit complicated because you can't really extrapolate from. And I used to say this. We used to talk about studies with rats extrapolating to humans, and all the cellular stuff with stress. And I used to talk about this in my lectures. Now, this particular study, I do, you can't really extrapolate. There's confounding variables, and there are what I call quote spiritual unquote, and I'm putting that in quotes, which variables which may or may not apply to rats, and there's all kinds of other stuff. But it's kind of interesting. So, and as I said, the funny thing is that I do talk about dusty dumpster rodent weasels, but it's kind of a different thing. So anyway, it's it's an interesting study, and and in a way, what I talk about with rechanneling. It's that whole thing. It's sort of what they're saying, with the rats. As I said, it's overly simplistic. But when they give rats the opportunity to rechannel, it's like, it's like they don't really need the high from the drugs. They get their stuff from the sex and the enriched environments and the playing with rat toys and, rat socialization and whatever it is, fancy rat gourmet foods. I don't know. You can't extrapolate. That's it, So anyway, it was funny anyway. So on the whole, the week was okay. I did get stressed out with that whole declaration thing. Now I'm going to have to appeal it and all of that, the property thing, and I'll have to do that in April, and it stressed me out a little bit, which led to pulls, But I've kind of, it's okay. I'm rechanneling, and there's no choice now. I will, obviously, I'm living here. The kids are living here, So whatever we need to do to prove this, we'll do it. And, I'll have to go in April to the court and to the, city hall and appeal it and all of that stuff. So I'll deal with that when I get to it. In the meanwhile, just the usual pushes and, against the polls and all of that stuff, and eating out today and time with the kids and, podcasts and everything else. And, so, on the whole, I mean, what are we up to? 11, 12 weeks, something like that. I'm kind of losing count here, which is a good thing, So I think it's 11. It could be 12. But we're not doing the week by week counting thing, not focusing on it anymore anyway. So, and then next week I'm going for lunch with a friend for, all you can eat Indian vegetarian food. And, so that's 1 week from today. And in the meanwhile, the usual, writing, reading, where possible, podcasts, kids, car washing, which I didn't do today, and stuff like that, and maybe AGO again, and all of the usual pushes, all the usual rechanneling. So this is me as a rat, but not a dusty dumpster rodent weasel, a rechanneling rat with the other things in the cage, with the fancy cage where I don't need the water with the things, So anyway, whatever. Like I said, you can't extrapolate. So, from the four of us. So, one baby very comfortably settled there, and one baby there, and Agita there in the closet, So, from the four of us. Bye for now. See you next podcast. Okay, just in a very, very superficial tidying, I seem to have gone through yet another vacuum cleaner. I burned through them. It's less than a year again. But I have spares. I have this rechargeable one, which kind of worked. So we've got both the babies here, and we've got Agita there, and I'm now going to edit and post. So from the four of us, one baby, two baby, Agita, and myself, not just the professors. Bye for now. See you next podcast.